Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So as you saw by the title, we will be doing a makeup revolution competition. So we're going to be comparing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation to the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. Now I've tried neither of these, so it's really cool because I get to do like complete first impressions on both of them, see which one I like more, which one looks better on my face. I do have dry skin, so this hydrating one might be better for me, but I also do use hydrating primers often, so I don't know if this is a completely matte foundation. So we are going to look at the claims, see what both of these foundations are claiming to do, kind of compare them. We're going to apply them to the face. I have to take off the makeup I have on right now. We're going to apply them to the face and we're going to wear them for the rest of the day. It is almost like 1 o'clock-ish. By the time I get it on, it'll probably be around 1 o'clock. I don't have much planned for today, but I am going to go to the movies at like around 8 o'clock, so I'll have it on probably after, through the movie. Hopefully it lasts that long, you know what I'm saying. So hopefully we get to keep it on till around 10 o'clock, something like that. Get a good and fresh wear test. We'll see. Hopefully that is the plan. I also do have a concealer that I want to test out. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Warm Medium. I just picked this up from TJ Maxx for $9, y'all. $9. 9 of them. $9. Like, I mean 9. And it looks like this. It looks like a pretty good shade match, honestly. I just haven't decided if I'm going to test it out with this foundation or a different foundation, or what am I going to do. We'll see. I think probably because we have enough of the face open that we can test both, like all of it. I also picked up this e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam highlighting palette. I had the shade Light, so I want to see if I can, I think I'm going to test this out as well, kind of see the combination and stuff. Maybe. We'll see though, just because I don't want to mess up the foundation, but I don't know, we'll see. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so just to start off, I started off with the No Pore Bone Prime Essence by Touch and Soul. It's just like an oil-based, it's an oily primer. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it's not a hydrating primer. It does not hydrate my skin in any way at all. It doesn't make me, I don't know, it doesn't mattify me. It doesn't do anything other than just prep my skin, kind of make it tacky enough for a foundation. So I felt like it was a good product to use before using both of these because it didn't add anything to my skin. It doesn't take anything out of my skin. It doesn't do anything but literally just make it tacky and a little bit glowy for the product on top of it. But even so, it still dries down a little bit more than it looks like right now. But I just wanted to get that going while we talked about the products. So let's just start with the Conceal and, you know what, let's start with the Conceal and Define, the oldie. So this is the, again, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define foundation. I have the shade 12.2. Is there a name to it? Is it just 12.2? I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand. We'll see. Oh my gosh, is this, oh no, it looks like a pretty good shade match for me right there. So this foundation, on Ulta's website, it has 50 shades, which is really, really cool. In store, Ulta's store is just whack. There's just not a lot of shades in there, but this is what it looks like on the back of the hand. The store doesn't have all the 12.2s and stuff like that. It goes by number, so I'll just start with whatever, like 11, 12, 13, like that. And then in another section at my Ulta, they actually had 0.5s, and that was it. They didn't have the 0.2, anything like that. So I had to order this on Ulta's website, which is where I got mine. And so it says it also costs $12. Both of them cost $12, which is really, really cool. This one comes with the doe foot, which I love. I love a good doe foot. Some people find it nasty. I think that's why they switched the new one, but I like it. I like the doe foot. All right. So Makeup Revolution's Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation offers lightweight yet buildable coverage in 50 skin true shades. This versatile foundation is designed to suit every skin type and tone. With an oil-free yet creamy and comfortable formula that dries down to a long-lasting demi-matte finish, it won't settle into fine lines or cling to dry patches. Housed in luxe glass bottle with a jumbo doe foot applicator for great control and less waste, this foundation offers highly pigmented coverage that can be layered or diffused to suit your look. Swipe on and blend out to ramp up the coverage for a real skin finish with diffused blemishes and uneven skin tones. Or let your complexion's natural character shine through using a small amount with a damp beauty sponge for veil-looking coverage. Follow with your favorite shades of Conceal Define Concealer to highlight, contour, or conceal. So it's cruelty-free, paraben-free, oil-free, vegan, all the jazz. All that jazz. So those claims are pretty crazy, honestly. It says full coverage foundation, buildable, so I'm assuming it might go on probably medium coverage. You can build it to be full coverage. And then it says long lasting demi matte finish. So demi matte finish shouldn't dry the life out of my skin, even though I do have dry skin. I do moisturize and stuff like that, so the demi matte shouldn't dry the life out of my skin, but it should look drier, I'm assuming, than the hydrating one. It won't settle to fine lines or cling to dry patches, which is cool, especially a worry for people with dry skin, like I just said. So I'm super excited to try this one. Of course, it sounds great. It honestly doesn't turn me off by having dry skin, if that makes sense. Some people, you'd hear demi matte or you hear matte in any way, they're like, never mind, I don't want it. To me, that doesn't scare me. I feel like even though I didn't put on a hydrating primer, I do have hydrating primers that I can throw on if I feel like this is drying. But I feel like it being a demi matte finish that claims to not clean the dry patches, it might be all right. All right, so then if we go to the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation, which is the new one they just released. On Ulta's website, they only have $16. In the Ulta that I went to, they did not have it in store at all. So they do not have many options. Like, it's not super available yet, but I believe on Makeup Revolution's website, this comes in 50 shades as well. Now, they're not the same. Like, Rihanna Fenty just released her hydrating foundation. So she did both of them, and it's the exact match, so you're the same shade. I did not find a 12.2 in the hydrating foundation, which was interesting. I only got the shade 12, so we'll see if this is going to be lighter or kind of similar. This one comes with a pump, which I'm assuming is due to the fact that a lot of people didn't love the doe foot. So let's see right here. This one actually looks a little bit lighter, but this one might work for me a little bit more in the fall. It looks very pinky, which is kind of annoying. Which shade did I get? So I got the shade F12, like I said, and it says medium dark skin tones with a neutral undertone. This doesn't look like a neutral undertone. It looks a little bit pinky, but you know, we'll see it blended out on the skin, and it could just be pinkier compared to this one. So I don't know, we'll see. Let's see, read the claims, baby. And again, it is $12, the same price as the other one. It's a little bit taller, but I believe, let me just make sure before I'm speaking. Yes, they come, oh no, this one comes with 0.7 fluid ounces. The Hydrate one is 0.7 fluid ounces, and then this is 0.8 fluid ounces. So there is a little bit of a difference there, but they both are 23 milliliters. I'm assuming because this one needs the room for the pump and stuff, it just has less product in it because it needs room for the pump on the inside. But they're basically the same height. This one's a little bit taller, again, because of the pump. So you're getting basically the same product, same price. This one, you're just probably paying the same amount because the pump is in here, even though you get a little bit less product, So the Makeup Revolution Conceal and the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation has been specially formulated to suit every skin type and tone, but is particularly beneficial for dry skin. With hyaluronic acid, it offers all-day long radiance and glow without setting into fine lines or clinging to dry patches. Housed in a luxe glass bottle with a new pump applicator for added control, this foundation offers medium to full coverage. So this one does not have nearly as many claims as this Define one does. I wonder if they learned their lesson. They were like, hey, maybe let's not claim too much here. But it does say it is better for dry skin, which I do have. And again, I did not put on a hydrating primer, which I can do if I feel like this is not hydrating enough. Hyaluronic acid is always good for dry skin. So it offers all day long. So it's radiance and glow. So I'm assuming that it's supposed to last all day. It says without settling into fine lines or clinging to dry patches, which both of these claim to do. So hopefully we have no dry patches on either side here. Offers medium to full coverage. This foundation offers medium to full coverage, so hopefully it does do that. Both sides can be build it up to be full coverage. If you want to look at the back of my hand, this one does look a little bit more hydrated, and this one looks a little bit more matte. You can see the difference here. I'm a little bit shook. I wish the shades transferred over directly like the Fenty one, but they didn't. So, and honestly, F13 is way too dark for me in the Hydrate one. It's just way too dark, and then F11 is gonna be way too light and it's with pink undertones. And I definitely got F12, which says neutral undertones. Anyway, that's annoying, but we're gonna go dampen our Brilta sponges. We're gonna do it one side and one side, and then I'll talk about how I felt applying them, and then we'll do an all-day wear test, and yeah. Okay, so I have two different damp beauty sponges. These are both, I just got a kit from Gabe's It's Gabe's. It's just called Gabe's. That's what it's called. It's kind of like a Ross or like a TJ Maxx kind of thing. Except they don't have that many. They don't have good makeup products on sale. But anyway, I just got a pack of sponges these. So I got 2 different ones. So I can do each side obviously different so that they're different and very different and nothing combined. So I'm actually going to take this off the back of my hand now, but you can still see I went up there for a couple minutes, and this one is still, again, matte, and this one is still has not dried down yet. So it looks like it's going to be hydrating for quite a bit. All right, so let's just get started. Again, the oil just seeped into my skin, and again, it just looks a little bit glowy, but really it just is a tacky base for the foundation. So we're going to start with Conceal and Define on this side right here with the doe foot. Again, I have the shade F12. Hopefully it's not too dark, really. Honestly, I have a lot of foundations that are too light for me anyway, so I could probably just mix them, but I wanted to try this foundation for so long. I'm just gonna take this sponge right here. Honestly, they blended out super nice with this sponge. It looks really pretty. You can see right here, it's not super, you can still see a little bit of my redness under there, so it's not full coverage right off the bat. I'm assuming that's why they put medium to full coverage on the new one, just so that they weren't getting backlash for calling it full coverage and then it only being medium. So we're just gonna build it up, see if it is buildable. Put on quite a bit there, so we'll see. So clearly it is buildable. It just covered up my redness right. I'm just like, boom. Just gonna cover my ear a little bit. And yeah, I like the shade, honestly. If you cover this side of my face, I really like the shade with some bronzer and stuff like that. It should be a very nice match. I don't feel like it's too dark for me or anything like that, or too light for me. Maybe the undertone might be a little wrong, but I just don't know what undertone I am at this point, so I don't even care. So whatever. So it looks good. All right, so then we're gonna go with the Conceal and Hydrate foundation. Again, I have the shade number 12. Do I want to pump it on my hand or my face? I'm just gonna pump it on my face because I find the doe foot to be easier. Again, some people like the doe foot, some people like the pump, but you know. Okay, honestly can't tell which shade is a better match for me, but you could clearly tell there's a huge difference. Oh my god, I'm gonna look like a clown. But I am gonna wear it out tonight so that we get a good wear test. I honestly think this is a really good shade match. I just feel like it is a little bit pink, like a little bit too pink for my life. If it was a little bit less pink, it might be a really nice shade. This one I feel like is a little too yellow. And so like maybe if I mix them, they'll be a nice shade. But you can see this side definitely dried down to a demi matte finish, and this side over here is clearly hydrated and dewy. The only thing is, like, I don't like a glowy foundation. I do like to set it, so I am going to set my foundation and do my stuff as regular. But I just wanted to mention, like, if I was going to go out, I probably would set both of them either way, even if this one is supposed to be hydrating, if that makes sense. I would never walk out the house like this because I feel like I would just slide right off of my face. I don't have oily skin, but I sweat like a dog. I sweat really bad. Really bad. And so this would just slide off. Right off. I didn't build this side up as much. Maybe I should try. I'm going to build it. I'm just going to pump on my hand. I pumped it right there. And then I'm just going to dip my thing and just see if it adds a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, they seem to be the same amount of coverage. You can still, you can't really see much underneath it. You can still see, I don't know if it's the redness or my redness that you can see. I just don't like this undertone, whatever. But I feel like they both cover a lot and you can build them both up. I get a little bit more scared building up the hydrating side just because I don't want it to slip and slide all over my face, you know. But you know what, it worked out, so we're gonna go with it. we're gonna go with it. All right, so we are gonna take the concealer just to test her out. This is again, this Too Faced Born This Way Natural Radiance Concealer. I have the shade Warm Medium. I'm just gonna add a little tiny bit under my eye. Ooh, that looks like a nice shade match for me. A little bit on the nose and then the front, the forehead. Literally, guys, if I don't like it, I will take it off and redo it all. But I think it should be okay. As you can see, I didn't add a lot of the concealer because I really want to focus on the foundation, but I just wanted to see if this concealer would work at all for me. And it looks, okay, that is a really, really nice concealer. You can see it's still super dewy over here, still super, not super matte, honestly. It's a pretty accurate thing saying it's demi matte. This side just looks like I have a lot more makeup on, and I think it's just because of the dewiness. Like, I feel like this side looks a lot more natural. This is from the hydration. I feel good. My face doesn't feel like dry on this side. It doesn't feel super oily on this side. It feels nice. I do want to set it, like I said. So we're just gonna do my regular routine. Put some powder on, bronzer, blush, highlight, everything, the whole nine. We're gonna do that, and we'll be back to give you how, and I'll be back to talk about the foundation a little bit more. Okay, and then real quick, I want to use this e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam palette. So, looks to try one. So I think what it's saying is this one is a glitter, this is a shimmer, metallic, metallic, metallic. So these three are metallics, this is a glitter, and these two are shimmers. This is crazy. I want to use them all. I don't know which one to use. I think I'm gonna use my fan brush. No, I'm gonna go with this brush right here. I don't know. I think we're gonna mix the middle two. Actually, yeah, I think we're gonna, I think we're gonna mix these two middle ones right here. It's so blinding. I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're just gonna mix them and just, okay. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is stunning. I gotta blend it out because now I look crazy, but I'm shooketh. I'm shook to the core. Let's just get my other stippling brush. Oh, that is stunning. Stunning. Okay, I'm kind of obsessed. I love the e.l.f. Modern Metals like face kind of palette. I love the shade in the middle here, this highlight in the middle here. And so when I saw they were coming out with these, I just needed one, and then they were at my Target, and I was like, girl. And then I had a coupon, and I was like, I need it. But you can see the packaging's rose gold, kind of the same. I love this kind of vibe. It's so cute. All right, so all my products applied super nice to the face on top of my foundation and stuff. It looks beautiful. Honestly, you can barely tell a difference in the shades. You could a little bit, like when you look really closely, but honestly, they look good. I did set both of them. They both set pretty nicely. You can see though over here, this side again just looks more dry. This side over here looks a little bit more dewy, more luminous. I'm kind of really liking this side. I don't know, this side was winning at first, and then this side kind of took over. Again, I do have mist and stuff like my Glow Mist and like my PS Primer Water, which hydrates and refreshes the skin, that I could use on top of this side if I really wanted it to be a little bit more hydrating, and then on this side if I want it to be even more dewy, which I don't. But anyway, so we're gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and yeah, get back to let you know how I'm feeling, what I think about it, and all that jazz. Not much to say. I really hope that they both work out, because now I have two foundations. I hope they both work out. As of now, obviously, if you have more dry skin, you're going to like this side better. If you have more oily skin, you're going to like this side better. It also depends on what primer you use, because if you're using a hydrating primer, putting a hydrating primer underneath a hydrating foundation may make it just not cute. You might need to use a lot of setting powder, which I did notice I did have to set this one a little bit more, and it still looks dewier. So if you're going to use a hydrating foundation, I'd be real careful underneath this if you do moisturize and stuff like that, which I do every day. So I do use a hydrating moisturizer, so it's kind of like that's a lot of moisture right there. And then this side again, if you want to use a hydrating foundation underneath primer under this side, it might work a lot better, might work out a lot better for you. So I'm really excited about both of these. We'll see how they wear. We also will let you know about the concealer. I like it so far. It's not super full coverage, but I do like it. It was very creamy, very nice to blend out, and it sat really nicely on top of this foundation. So maybe this combo is gonna be my new go-to. I don't know. So yeah, let's just get on with the day, girl. Let's get on with the day. Okay, so real quick, it's like 3 o'clock, a little after 3. So I've been wearing it for 2 hours, and my foundation is just, not my foundation, my makeup is just looking really, really light. And so if I'm planning on wearing it out, I'm gonna try to fix it. So I'm gonna use some bronzer, add it a little bit under the eyes, center of the face. It looks like, honestly, like down here doesn't look too light. It looks like only under the eyes is super, super light. And I'm thinking it's because of the powder that I used. Maybe even the concealer, which is kind of annoying because, you know, girl, I wanted to test it. But I don't think the concealer was too light for me because it looks like a really nice shade match. Maybe it's just light, like on, I don't know. Maybe it's just a light compared to the foundation. I don't know, too light or something like that. I don't know. So we're just going to take some of my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. I have the shade What Shady Beaches. And we're just going to add that to, like, we're literally going to put that on the face. We're not even going to try to bronze like the outer rims. We're just going to place it everywhere underneath the eye a little bit. And if we have to add more like blush and stuff, we will, but I just don't want to walk around looking crazy light skin. Honestly though, the foundation is looking super nice over here and here. I'm thinking I'm going to just spray my Pixie Glow Mist with Propolis and Argan Oil, just because I feel like they're both looking a little bit dry, and now I'm adding more powder to the eyes than the face. So we're gonna try to so we're just gonna spray that a little bit with some of this just to liven up the face a little bit, make it live a little. My hair looks crazy. I look absolutely crazy, but we're just gonna spray this real quick. All right, so now I think we're good to go. Hopefully it like makes the face just look a little bit more alive and not as like what is that called, flat. It's not as flat, a little bit more alive. If we have to add more bronzer, we will for sure, girl, because I want to wear this today, and I don't want to walk around looking crazy. So hopefully it works out. The foundation, I don't believe the foundation is at fault at all, because looking around, the rest of my face looks really, really nice, especially like here, just looks super nice. My cheeks and like my forehead, like right here, everywhere that's not my T-zone looks mighty fine. So yeah. All right, guys, so it is currently, let me just check my laptop, 10:38. 10:38 at night. You can see it's nighttime. There's no light out there. And my face looks, you can see, looks totally dewy, especially down here, right in the center, on my nose, around here, just because it's a little bit steamy. Honestly, if I smile like that, you can see that this side is just way shinier than this side. They look a little bit different there. Honestly, the foundations look good. I have no complaints. They're super full coverage. The only thing is, I did notice throughout the day that my mustache right here, both foundations start to cling to my mustache, and like really no foundations really do that. And so I was like, what the heck? It just looked crazy. Like, you can see all the texture there. So don't know what that is, or maybe if I just use a different primer or something. I actually took a nap as well, so you can see where it like put a hole right there. But it's super easy. Earlier I just like kind of patted it in, and you can see it just looks nice again. Both foundations, I think, honestly, are going to work for me. I think this one, which is the F12, the Conceal and Hydrate, I think this one is going to be my better for my for fall, or like when the weather starts to get cooler and my tan starts to fade. I think this side will work better, and then this side is definitely my shade right now. I think it looks really nice. Honestly, the concealer ended up working out. I think like I like this side, the color, the shade a lot better for me right now. You can still see the difference. Honestly, I don't have a preference in foundation. I don't feel like one is worse than the other. I do like if you rub like this, I feel like this side, if you rub like this, I feel like nothing's gonna come off on here. If you rub over here, I feel like a little bit might come off because it is just a little bit more hydrated. I don't feel like I need to honestly add a hydrating primer underneath this. I could, I just don't feel like I need to, because it looks super nice. This side, it looks beautiful, nice and glowy. more for summer. I feel like if you have oily skin though, you might not like this because it is super hydrating. You can see, like, even look at my chin. If you look at my chin right now, even though it looks hydrated right there, this side looks a lot more dewy than this side. If you look straight on it, it just looks dewier over here and less dewy over there. And I feel like just even like you can see the parts in my face that look even dewier on this side than this side, but I feel like that's obviously because it is a hydrating foundation. So I feel like, again, oily skin, I don't think there's any way, unless you use a really nice mattifying powder, a really nice and a really nice mattifying primer, there's no way that this would not just slide all over you. Like, look at my eyes right here. Like, my nose is just completely like dewy, and I told you I have dry skin, so it's a little weird. Also, this glow mist added to kind of like the glow, which is great if you need a glowing kind of product. So yeah, all in all, I totally am down for both of these foundations. I don't think there's one I like more than the other as of now. I like them both. I feel like both of them, you just have to use different primers, different powders, and it'll work out perfectly for you. I feel like, again, oily girls, I don't think you're gonna like this. Dry skin girls, I do think you might like this because it doesn't look super cakey or anything like that. It actually looks really nice, more full coverage, and it just looks nicer on this side. Again, both worth $12. I feel like they're really reasonably priced because they're super nice on the face. I feel like the more I wore it, the better it looked. I've heard people say that before, and I'm like, that's stupid. Who would say that? But honestly, I feel like it did. I feel like my concealer, everything just kind of went together a lot better the more I wore it. I feel like, again, the shade match is better on this side for sure than this side right now. This side's a little bit light, but I think, again, once the sun goes away, we'll be okay. I like the concealers too. The concealer looks super nice. I gotta see if it's the concealer that made me look too light earlier or the powder or whatever, but I do like the concealer. The highlight looks pretty good. It's faded a lot, and so is my blush, but what can you do? Bye, guys.